What if your final goodbye isn't just to a story, but to a family you've known for over a decade? The doors of Downton Abbey are about to close, and when they do, they'll echo with love, loss, legacy, and a farewell 15 years in the making. Downton Abbey fans, the moment we've waited for is almost here. The grand finale is set to premiere in theaters on September 12, 2025, delivering an emotional and definitive conclusion to a story that began in the early 1910s and has gracefully journeyed through the tides of time into the modern era. Earlier this summer, the first full trailer dropped, and it immediately struck a chord. It opens with a simple but powerful image: Carson, the ever-faithful butler, standing by a racetrack and quietly saying, "Welcome to 1930. That one line sets the tone. 2 years have passed since a new era, and now we step into a decade full of change and uncertainty. Yet, the atmosphere remains warm, familiar, and grounded in the traditions that have defined Downton for so long. Visually, the trailer is a feast for the eyes. There's a moment where Lady Mary walks into an elegant party, draped in a deep red gown, radiating both strength and vulnerability. But what truly stops you is a quiet shot of Robert Crawley. He kisses the palm of his hand and presses it gently against the Abbey's stone wall. It's wordless, but speaks volumes. A man saying goodbye not just to a house, but to a lifetime of memories. That one gesture feels like a farewell written in silence. But the calm doesn't last. The trailer reveals Lady Mary's world is about to unravel. Her divorce from Henry Talbot becomes public knowledge, sparking a scandal that spreads like wildfire. At a high society gathering, the music stops mid-note. Gasps ripple across the room. Paparazzi descend, and Mary is forced to retreat. The whispers grow louder. Can she still be trusted to lead Downton? This is more than a personal crisis. It becomes a question of legacy, of identity. Mary, long the poised heir to her father's vision, now finds herself in a storm where dignity alone may not be enough. And it's not just Mary facing pressure. The Crawleys are being tested from all sides. Financial concerns loom, and with the estate's future uncertain, leadership must shift. Decisions must be made. What does Downton stand for in a changing world, and who will carry that weight forward? Thankfully, nearly the entire original cast is back, giving us one last reunion with the characters we've grown to love. Hugh Bonneville returns as Robert, Michelle Dockery as Mary, Elizabeth McGovern as Cora, Jim Carter as Carson, Joanne Froggatt as Anna, and Robert James Collier, Penelope Wilton, Brendan Coyle, Laura Carmichael as Edith, Kevin Doyle, Sophie McShera, Michael Fox, and others. Alongside them, we'll see fresh energy with Paul Giamatti reprising his role as Harold Levinson, and new names like Jolie Richardson, Alessandro Nivola, Simon Russell Beale, Dominic West, and Artie Fruchon, bringing new perspectives into the story. Yet one absence is impossible to ignore. Violet Crawley, the sharp-tongued, beloved Dowager Countess, passed away at the end of a new era. And in the real world, Dame Maggie Smith, who made Violet unforgettable, left us in September 2024 at the age of 89. Her loss makes this finale all the more poignant. Executive producer Gareth Neame reflected that the emotions on screen are raw and real because the grief isn't just written into the story, it was lived by the cast. It's both farewell to a character and a tribute to a legend. Michelle Dockery has shared that filming this final chapter was deeply emotional. The cast knew this was it, the true end. The last day on set was filled with long hugs, quiet reflection, and unspoken understanding. Years of history, both real and fictional, were being wrapped in those final scenes. Despite the sorrow that lingers beneath, the tone of the trailer leans into love and celebration. Online reactions from fans mirror this. One heartfelt comment read, "For 15 years, this family was part of our lives, and now it's time to give them the farewell they deserve." Another said, "When Robert kisses the Abbey walls, it breaks me. That's saying goodbye lost in love." Details about the plot are still under wraps, but we know the film will explore themes of resilience, changing social norms, and the tension between tradition and progress. Scandals arise, leadership is tested, and the Crawleys must either adapt or be left behind. Hints in the trailer suggest that the next generation is beginning to take shape. New leaders emerging, new legacies being written. Filming began in May 2024 at Highclere Castle, the real-life estate that has always been the beating heart of Downton. It wrapped later that summer. Director Simon Curtis returned to helm the film, while Julian Fellowes penned the screenplay. Producers Gareth Neame and Liz Trubridge once again helped steer the project to life. Those involved have made it clear, this was never meant to be just another chapter. This is the final one. The one they've all been building toward. When Downton Abbey, the grand finale, arrives in cinemas on September 12th, it won't just be the end of a show. It will be the final bow of an era, told with grace, beauty, and reverence. We can expect sweeping visuals, heartfelt goodbyes, character arcs coming full circle, and a story that honors both the fictional and real-world journeys that brought us here. Now, I want to know what you think. Whose story are you most curious to see concluded? Are there any lingering threads you hope get tied up with care? Let me know in the comments. And if this breakdown spoke to you, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon. I'll be sharing more as we head toward release. Trailers, cast interviews, and all the moments we don't want to miss. Thank you for watching. And until next time, we'll meet again at Downton.